No camps. You can't see them. They're not there. This is the fishing grounds. Here's the North Shore, South Shore. If you've watched a few of these videos, Andy, we all already know this. Some of you don't, but the ones that do, thanks for watching. We're glad you're out in the audience. If you took a right, you would go to the public boat launch, where you float your boat in, take it out once a year. If you go left, we're on the Drews Mills Road. We're going to cross the Medexticag River, which the headwaters is the Medexticag Lake, also known as Drews Lake. This is where we take a right. This is about 3.5 miles long. This is the South Shore. Do people live here year-round? Yes, they do. Does the town plow the road? No, it doesn't. How do they get in and out? On snow sleds or cross-country skis? No, the plowed road is how they get in and out. So you're responsible. You pay your road dues. You contribute to people like Mitch Holmes and others that make sure this road's open so you can get in and out. Or if there's ever an ambulance or a fire truck that had to get in and out, they could. I'm on the North Shore. I pay road dues to the Chickadee Fund, the road fund. I don't have any troubles getting in and out. Works slick. And a lot of us have plows, so drop your plow coming in, drop it coming out. And be honest with you, the last 2 years we did not get any snow. For the last 2 years there just wasn't snow. And hopefully this year we do. The bees have built their nests really high. That's a good thing, I guess, if you follow the Farmer's Almanac or think like a bee. The little privy, or outhouse, it's shiplap-sided, metaled roof. Low-cost Maine lake camp for sale. Are you in the market looking for one of those? Here's one. This is Drews Lake at 6 in the morning on a weekend. This is what it's like to have a lake in your lap. See the pair of loons? They're in key this morning doing a duet. The air temperature, a little cooler than the water. That's what creates the mist, the magic. I live on Drews Lake. I was president of the Lake Association for 30 years or so. So I can tell you about every nook and cranny, all the islands, all the coves. This property is located in the fishing grounds. Nothing comes up for sale in the fishing grounds. How come? 2 properties that are in Oakfield or in the fishing ground on leased land. That's it. And they've been owned by the same 2 families forever. This one we're going to look at was actually bought by the owner's dad, who bought it from his grandfather. So again, they stay in families. You don't find lakefront properties coming up, especially this economical. So we're going to go to the South Shore, Drews Lake, all the way to the very end. The last 2 cottages are in Oakfield. Everything else starts in New Limerick, goes to Linnaeus, then we end up in Oakfield. This is Reed Hill. How come it's called Reed Hill? Well, because someone named Reed lived on the bottom of it. We put quite a bit of money from USDA, Soil and Water Conservation, into the side of this road on the gutter or the ditch to help carry the water down the hill. So that water, nice clean, just water with no contaminants, dirt, soil, or anything, goes into the lake. This lake is extremely clean, but it doesn't just happen. It's good stewards that keep it that way. So this is the little lake that we're going by on our South Shore go to the very end, Trip. Thanks for being with us. There's also a well that you can use. If you ever buy a piece of land that doesn't have a well, and as long as you pay your road dues, you can use the drilled well that has a bison pump on it. That's kind of a nice perk. So you get all the drinking water you'd want for free. You don't try to make a boat landing to put your boat into the water and take it out on your lot. You just use the public boat launch. That's the easiest way to do it. Year-rounders, yes there are. Some just camp, some empty lots. Yep, got those too. We are 1 mile in. We've got about 3.5 miles total. The campers that are in this area are in Big Sand Cove. They're coming into the big lake. Drews Lake is a really interesting, I love this lake. And if you're lucky enough to be here year round, you get to see the mist in the fall when the air temperature is a little cooler than the water temperature. That's kind of magical. You'll see bald eagles, you see loons, you hear loons. It's great if you are privileged enough to be on a Maine lake. If you live year-round on the South Shore, you would use this left-hand turn coming up. This is called the Winter Road. There's some big homes, and then there are simple camps. What do you call up to camp in Maine? Do you want a simple outhouse? Doesn't have to be insulated? You're pretty much going to use it in summer and maybe during fall hunting trips? Or do you want a snow sled? Do you want it insulated? Fire up that wood stove. Are you thinking of retiring eventually? These are all big decisions that everybody has to make. See how steep this road is? That's why you'd want to use the Winter Road, which is right to the left. This is Holmes Harbor. See where the flags are? You can take a left to go to the Winter Road, which goes around that hill. Holmes Harbor has different cottages in it. Instead of being on the road, it kind of goes in and you have a cul-de-sac. You can tell the road starts to get a little narrower, less traveled. I like being in on the end of the road. A little longer coming and going, but it's a lot more private, quieter. You don't have dust or anybody gawking in at you. You kind of feel that way when you're on the little lake on the South Shore because everybody is going by you to get to anywhere on the South Shore. Every location has its benefits. You'll find what you like best about wherever you end up. We know you're watching these videos and you may not be ready to buy something today. That's okay. You may never buy something. That's okay. You may share this with a friend that's looking for a place that you're going to come up and visit and use. That's okay too. But it's just, we're glad where we live. We're just sharing what we know about our local area. And if you were considering buying here, you'd want to know about the area before we settle in on a particular property in the wish list of what you want and what you don't want. See how people put their names on the rocks? So if someone's had a couple barley pops or some adult grape juice, they can find their way home. You wouldn't want anybody getting lost. These are private roads. A lot of times how you're going from A to B is with a four-wheeler or a snow sled, or you're hiking, biking. If kids have dirt bikes or four-wheelers, this is a paradise. This is like Disneyland to be able to use your little dirt bike or mini bike. I know I did as a kid. And you don't really worry about anybody getting hurt. There's not that much traffic. We're getting closer to the end, to the fishing grounds, which is a pretty neat place to be. Even if you don't end up buying on the fishing grounds, this particular property, you'll find that you'll visit up there on kayaks. The big motorboats don't go up there. They're afraid of hitting something with a prop. There's some old stumps. There's some rocks when the level of the water is lower that you got to worry about your lower unit. Here's where Steve Fitz is. He's a retired superintendent of schools. Nice guy. He lives here year-round. So it gets you the idea that you're not the only one in this fire. Other people are in the same boat. We all pitch in together. It works. The communities are like that. When you live in a small town in Maine, it's really like being part of a large family. Everybody has smaller circles that they travel more frequently. You really get to know the other people that are in those circles. It's not like that in a city. Here is mile 3. Time goes fast when you're having fun, right? But it's a good gravel road. See the Holton Water Company power? We have very cheap juice. And this leased land, fishing ground, low cost Maine waterfront camp has power on Holton Water Company. You and I are just about at the end of a dead-end road. But see the Holton Water Company power lines? See how the gravel road is a little narrower? These are the last 2 cottages on Drews Lake. We are in Oakfield. And there's your little outhouse. We'll show you the camp. It's a simple camp. Here's a place to turn around, to park, pretty much in the woods. Not all cleared out. Doesn't have a crew cut lot with weed and feed and a golf course like lawn. What lawn? The little privy, or outhouse, it's shiplap sided, metalled roof. This location's going to be hard to drone because you only have so much of an opening to silo up through. You don't just throw the drone out over the lake like a carrier pigeon. It's a little more finesse, technical than that. 25 feet from the water's edge is what I calculate. Clean gravel bottom. Again, it doesn't just happen. You have a strong association that's in charge of the dam on the other end, then all the little rivers, streams, everything, Baxter Brook, all the inlets that dump into this lake. Here's the screened-in porch, the front of this lake camp up in Maine. Do I think it's going to go anywhere? Heck no. She is built right on solid rock. She's up off the rock, so you don't get into rotten sills or something that can't breathe. It's not sitting on a mud sill. It's elevated on posts. Screened-in porch across the front. Sliders, 2 sets. One goes to a side deck. The back of your camp. Maybe it needs paint. Maybe you let it go natural. See the hosing? Put that line in the lake. You've got unlimited water for your shower if you put it in. You can modify this. We'll talk about shoreline zoning. Low cost Maine lake camp for sale. Are you in the market looking for one of those? Here's one. Open in the eaves. This is just a 5-room camp. See the old boat motors? This would be a mudroom entry. Apologize, the power's not on. Here'd be 2 bunk rooms. Just simple bedrooms. Wafer board on the walls, on the ceiling, there's a suburban type, Ashley type wood heater. 2 sliders, those would be on the east side. It's just a camp. It's not another house to take care of. Your kitchen extends to your dining, it extends to your living room. Pretty simple. And you could have some bunks. It's camp. Lots of people can sleep here. Questions about the camp, the ranch style one up on Drews Lake? Reach out, text me, go down below, call me, come visit. Let's tour it before it's gone. Here's your view in the morning when you come out. The lake is in your lap, literally. And it's so beautiful at sunset. sunrise. It's nice anytime, all 4 seasons. Do you ice fish? Do you snow sled? Would you use it mostly when it's hot as heck in the summer to take a dip? Would you like to be up here in the spring? Or would you use it all 4 seasons? Make comments down below. Let me know where you're watching from too. It's nice to tap into the people out in the audience. We're glad you're there. We want to know where you're watching from. Have some meals out here. Seafood, corn boils. You could have some lobster, steamed clams. This is a wonderful place for a family. There you have it, a simple camp. This one's been here a long time, since probably about 1960, and then one family all that time. Someday they may sell you the land. You can continue to lease it. Call me, email me, hit me up. We'll explain how leased land works up here. If you and 4 or 5 of your buddies all throw money in a hat, this is one cheap, fun, low-cost waterfront property to consider. Do you have people you work with, loved ones that would be coming to camp? Let's join forces and make a family compound. Heck, we've had people from Pennsylvania that bought a property and it was called a rod and reel club. It's almost like their own little inland fisheries and wildlife getaway in Maine when you live in another state. You know the drill. Go down below for the price, more information about the property, how to get hold of us, local banks, more information about Oakfield. Everything is down below. We'll see you next time on the Maine Real Estate Channel. We're not done with videos. If you stick around, there's another video and another video, waterfront kind, coming right up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.